Now, right now, because of a constitutional mandate, Nana and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will have to go to the Parliament of Ghana to meet both the MPs of NDC and the NPP. Now, Nana Tumama the nation's address. Now, you would have to watch this video from the beginning to end because Adibia Wakodono, I'm telling you there, it tells you that His Excellency Nana and Vice President went to the Parliament to actually shake the NDC MPs. Now, this is actually going to be a very interesting video I'm going to give you. Bomazana, you stick to the end. Bomazana like a video, not share video, because this is actually going to be very interesting. Now, I'll tell you that in the beginning, as you know, a painful best start with trip in the former president, Mahama NDC. As you can see rolling on the screen, you could see it very clearly there. You're going inside, but down, chia. And they say but the thing is there is a reason why I am showing you his picture as his video first, because he actually came very early because there was something actually happening in Parliament. Now, correct, because as you know, he wants to win the 2024 elections, which they are not believe that they be on Yiduma. He had to quickly come early. So when he came early, he had to quickly come and resolve that particular thing. In a time now, John Domani Mahama and they want to the reason why I know Bantam is because when it at the time in full MPP, full MPs were now. You could see there are empty seats, NDC empty seats, minority side now. Nobody was there, no single soul was there. So John Domani Mahama had to quickly come. Now when MPs because it looks like they wanted to do something just to show their and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, if they are coming to the parliament, we are not going to listen to them. But former President John Domani wanted to make it look like if people don't come to her, it is going to it's going because Ghana for a share. This is election year. You don't want to do things like this. He'll be able to speak to them in a way. Hey, today, even in Parliament, the NDC MPs are doing this thing to show, even in an election year. Forgetting that this is an election year. An election year, you have to be sitting, you have to be making sure you are listening to the thing, and also be able to criticize. What you say. I would take it there you are not boycotting it. I would take it there you just don't want to listen to it. That by reason of that you are afraid that they will say something. Yeah, because for a seat to be there, you not coming because your former president is coming. Our former president is coming. Now you say you are not going to sit there. The leader of your party is coming. I want to know. Now, all Kodono, Muhuna Dibia no MFA, Energy Minister, which is Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and this same time, Napo, what take it in there, he is likely to be the running mate. Even though Monasa Mokaka, I don't know why didn't you why didn't you comment section. And in this particular video, you could see very clearly there. What took me in from the presence of the entry point of where the parliament, Ebunda Onononyi Makokwe, the former Speaker of Parliament. Now at the same time, there, Napo Onyi, JJ Rollins, the late president, Nana and Rollins. I tell you that it's all about politics, but sometimes you meet a politician, a former politician, you try to make sure that you greet them. When I saw this, I was very happy. At the same time, you saw former President John Dramani Mahama showing respect. That is one thing that I like about Napo. They're very humble, and it has actually been something disseminated within the Ghanaian space. He's actually very calm. I would say, you can see very clearly that former President John Dramani Mahama has changed a bit of gestures. You don't know what they are talking about because there was no man there. However, that kind of engagement is actually very beautiful. Into that matter, if you feel to me, now NDC MPs, they are not doing it. They have not seen an NDC MP there trying to there in Parliament in Pokra, but you could see Napo doing it. Napo was clearly doing it to their own, the leader of their party. And this should tell you the difference between the two. The difference is clear. Now, Oracle doing minority, which is NDC MPs, maybe Obama. We were thinking that they were going to come. Yeah, just look at this. Still, I know Mahama Babat now. By now, I was getting the hint there. Mahama was actually wanting to speak to them, but was not able to get to them. Until Mahama Beno, he had to quickly run and get to where majority one. And one on the moon that some John saw about tweet. About tweet where Twitter. Our former CC and your friend X. Also there, some John can't send me there. Also the minority caucus is spiritually present in the chamber for the State of the Nation's Address 2024. How can you tell me there an NDC MP a Koro constituency voted for you to represent them in Parliament? You've decided, make it clear now that you are not going to sit there. Now, since you are telling us that you are spiritually present in the chamber. No, Chere, I don't know who doesn't. How can you tell me that your seat is readily available? You've been a parliamentarian since, and you tell me that you are spiritually present in the chamber. That is why I'm saying that perhaps they are afraid of Nana and Dr. Mahama Bawumia. They don't want to see these two people because they are afraid of them. Because if you tell me you are spiritually present, how? I mean, how does that add up for me or any Ghanaian? But damn rotten. It is I'm not Yamba Kadaman one chakra some so tweety view. And also there, the minority caucus has just finished a meeting with John Dramani Mahama. Some can't tell. And our national chairman paving way for the caucus to return to the chamber for the State of the Nation's Address 2024. Our grievances with President Nana stems from his disrespect for the work Parliament does relative to private members' bill. He continued refusal to assent to bills passed by the House constitutes an affront to the independence of Parliament. After listening to the quintessential statement, John Dramani Mahama, after listening to the statement, John Dramani Mahama, we have, out of respect for him and our constituents, returned to the chamber to listen to the State of the Nation's address. We and our constituents know the true state of the nation. Okay? You tell me there, you have a beef with the president, and because of that, one assent to certain private members' bill. I remember there, this thing started at a point that there was a particular bill which was pushed, a private members' bill here in Parliament. Some certain MPs within Parliament, but too so no one could know that might be any number. Now we're in the private members' bill. There will be or there. What can one some it takes a period of time. Now will be they will now have to get it to the executive, which is the president, for him to assent the signature, and I assent to the bill. No to Mbayamra. Indeed, Sam George in a painful bill, they did a bit of that man in a private members' bill, but when they sent it to Oye. That which was the LGBT when they sent it to Parliament, when they sent it from Parliament to Oil President, President said no, this particular Oil private members bill was that be. But according to the Constitution, the 1992 Constitution of that, and you know, President Nana, he's actually a lawyer, so you know the Constitution part. Then President Nana look at it. There are private members bill was that by the monk signed and Muntu back to Parliament under the actually no, otherwise Utiamra, because from the Constitution, say if the thing comes from Parliament, now what president, it should not go at a cost to the government. But when you check the private members' bill, when you check its interpretation, at a point the government will lose money. In the private members' bill, the government should not even lose even one cedi. It is the Constitution. And when Nana realized this, he sent it back to Parliament. No, let it rather come from my side. More free side, that way it will not be a breach of the Constitution. This is what Nana had proclaimed. No, so that he's even in support of the bill, but the way it has been done, it is not in its right form. As some nine, okay, because of that, they want to do the private members bill. Now, they want to try to make it like that. Another one is against the them. The thing is actually going to go at the cost of the state. That is what is against the Constitution. In saying be a wide number, but the man being a president, being a lawyer at the same time is trying to remind you. But in there, because of that same thing now, explanation on the public space very clear. MPs have decided that once now, man and Dr. Mahama Bawumia, they don't want to see these two people because of that identity. How can they tell me this? How can you tell me something like this? No, how can you tell me something like this? It's in Beru Cordonat and don't the money Mama Bomba Corona say, or either maybe the minority actually will have to, meet in parliament. That is outside of the chamber of the outside of the chamber of the parliament. And I come from one and you could see what about over there that my work or one you there, yeah, how you to and some or talk to women, so you could see them coming since Seattle. And very, very interesting. So not just if JM, if say former President John Dramani Mahama and come from one, the Kawambo, you could see a Sedum Katia, in a Hucha, John Dramani Mahama, Kisa at Force. You could see all the honorables from why the NDC minority caucus. Hey! Hey! Ena, Wurura, Oye, the chamber of the Parliament of Ghana. Meaning there say Enyaza, former President John Dramani Mahama Bodu one tama. The children Kenyaza be Numuna na Nana Danka Kufado Bay. Numuna na Papa na Bay. Numuna the President Bay.
And 3FM 92.7, a guard of honor has been mounted to receive President Akufo-Addo. His official vehicle has arrived and is expected to be out.
And see, at this point, Nana was actually coming, and he's actually the man of the moment. Nana is the man of the moment. You can't take it away from him. And see, to make it even easier for all the people of the NPPs, this is actually what actually happened. Timer Oba there, Nanado, Obabodu, it became even much more easy for all the NPPs to know that if the NDCs are not going to come, no problem, we'll do it ourselves, because Parliament also, as I was there, MP SLM, no, it's no baby, no problem. President will come, we'll speak, we will be happy, we'll go away. And to be remembered there, when the president came, 2024 State of the Nation's address being given by the president, Nana and Bawumia, in support of Dr. Mahama NDC Bawumia, you people were not there. It will be on record. And see what the former President Dramani Mahama wanted the public to see there. Actually, the NDC MPs are there. That is why you have to quickly go, because out of strategy, you don't win in an election and do things like this. When the public say it actually goes against your very. In the end, the NPP MPs, what former President John Dramani wanted to prevent was this. Because if you don't take care, the NPP MPs will use it as a strategy and go against you. So JDM, what the former President John Dramani had to be quick. The two would have gone against them. So imagine the whole number of NDC MPs. And now it takes just their leader to go and convince them to come. And Sam George Ekada, we are there in a spirit in the chamber. JDM has now spoken to us. Nana Yaronko, Yampade Ebishan and Nado, Waka, Nino Masam, because it's a private member's bill. But you know the constitution. And the man was telling you the rightful truth. And just at this point, Nana, we do, as it were. As you know, you saw JDM.
Live coverage from Parliament.
Former president too. You could see very clearly there. Nanado Noso Waba. I mean, on Waba. On a Nayo Rebecca Akufo-Addo so Waba. So as at this point in President Cheda, why there are people na a Yimpokano over small. Now, Yeruku Nenyuno, and a young there Nanado. Nanado Beno until Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so came with Samira Bawumia. So it became very, very, very easy for you to even say there, no. How this thing is actually being made, no, it's actually very, very beautiful. And I would have to say that State of the Nation address will be back. I have actually, witnessed. This was actually very, very nice. Until he got to a point that Nanado now was about to speak. He entered with the Speaker of Parliament, Nanado Bay, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Bay. And when I see Asama one, Asama Beke Piano, Missy, in the introduction of Oye Speaker of Parliament to all certain dignitaries. Onya Mobo, former President John Dramani Mahama, NDC NPC. Hey, the Debbie. Hey! Ono Nanado na osnobo no started the ordinary or kasa there or kasa pokoro kada have one more pokra to add up pokra people there chede NDC MPs that one din to mukra they don't even want to hear that thing cry. You say then a former president John Mahama can never speak during this particular event. Or not because he's not the president. He has done this thing before. And he's no longer the president. Time, he will never be in this position because this is not his time. He has already had the time. He has already had his time. And sometimes they do certain things that you are wanting to understand what they are trying to mean, but then there are some other kinds of fact. Or because they want the thing to look like that BB is going on, something is going on, but no. This is actually time. Nanado, Dr. Mahama Bawumia, Speaker of Parliament in painful of oil Parliament were coming. So you could see very clearly there, they were, beating some drums. Nana and Bawumia.
They were on left side of it.
And this is just some of the gestures, Obama, the national anthem, and you just have to make sure that, when it comes to events of this sort, definitely the national anthem will be played. That is to tell you that we are not other people from other nations. We are Ghanaians. And the very, very most importantly, na some no one, na something in an the way I am seeing the campaigning of Nanado, this strategy, the way he's actually campaigning for Dr. Mahama Bawumia, it started from the Super Delegate Conference. And he actually did not make it clear, but he made it clear today to me and to every one of us. I am not saying that the Super Delegate Conference, Nanado was campaigning for Dr. Mahama Bawumia. What I'm trying to say is that he actually had something that he supported. And like Okana said, every time I will meet all the NPP communicators, he actually has a vote. And I believe that Nanado will definitely vote for Dr. Mahama Bawumia. Because no limits, of course, when now you do all these 7 getting to 8 years. So it makes sense. Now, Kono for the campaign by Dr. Mahama Bawumia in Parliament. That may be the
It will be recalled that last year, during the message on the state of the nation, faced with a similar problem about road projects, I came to the House armed with a fat book that had the details of the road projects around the country. And all honorable members were given copies to go through at their own leisure. I haven't had anybody point out one. This year, we're taking things to a higher level. This government, after all, is the digitalization government. And the man who has led the entire digitalization process these past 7 years my indefatigable vice president, Dr. Mahama Bawumia, Dr. Digitalization. the NPP's excellent presidential candidate for the 2024 election.
Yeah.
Is coming out with what will allow everyone and everybody and anyone to check on every project being undertaken by the government.
The way you are offering them or calling the names, the response that came from the NPP MPs, the way a man he's still Nana, His Excellency, is still stretching on the matter. The Dr. Mahama Bawumia, the government of NPP has now been known for digitalization, championed by Dr. Mahama Bawumia. Doctor digitalization, MPP, the NPP MPs, so they were making sure that they were chanting Dr. Mahama Bawumia for digitalization oil policies and initiatives. I am telling you that this shook all the NDC MPs and they were quiet. I'm going to do another video about some and I'm going to take some certain points to be out of it. Now I'll make sure that I bring it to a video because it's very, very important that as at all this period we assess the governance of Dr. Mahama Bawumia and the boss Nana over this past 7 getting to 8 years. In some of the as at now he's still actually speaking, and I just took a set of it. But I will in the next video I'll make sure that I bring you the whole scope of all the video. For me, I forgot to my Kosika. Schedule one or that schedule. Mama crown.